for?
My mind immediately goes to I Declare Thumbmore. Every time you do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
You actually said that in one of these podcasts already. Yeah.
What's up? We're back at it again. The Crockers Unleashed.
We did pick a name. This is episode 7.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, so
6.
Yeah, episode 6.
Season 3, episode 6.
We actually, all the previous ones, we actually did in one night.
We did.
So at this point, we have no idea what you guys think and feel about this.
No. It is weird being this far ahead.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is, we've posted more videos on this podcast than Matt Payne has in a year.
Oh, well, that's easy to do.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody could accomplish that. But speaking of...
Boom. Got it. Ron Witherspoon.
Yeah. He hasn't been out here in a little bit. I think he might be a little timid.
Yeah, well, he's been crying. No one come out. Well, I'm like, well, come out. And he's a wuss when it comes to being off grid.
I know. He can't handle it.
He's not. So you would truly think, all right, we're going to bash Matt Payne for a minute, then we'll get on some way cooler stuff. But he is, you would just think he's like a country boy, this and that, but he is a freaking wuss.
He truly is he's your classic country boy, small town, but at the same rate, a slight bouginess to him.
Well,
I don't know what the word is.
I know what the word is. I just can't say it. We'll get canceled. But I don't know. He hit me up. He's like, man, wanting to come out and stuff. And I'm like, we have to cater so much to this kid. I mean, we have to cater more to him than we do Mullet Dude. And Mullet Dude's
a good boy.
Yeah, Matt Payne is. He looks like an old man, but
because he's bald.
Yeah, but he still thinks he's 15, wants to go out, have fun.
Yeah.
All of that. I don't know. He's a cool dude. One of these days we will have him on the podcast.
Yeah.
We do rep the Ron Witherspoon. We actually, underneath me, we have limited edition Shoot Dang TV posters.
Oh, yeah.
There's very few. Literally underneath me, we have those.
Where he's ramping you on the dirt bike, or is that what it is?
Yeah. It's burped. I'm pointing up at him, and that was actually his dirt bike that he got. It was a 150, and he was terrified of it and rode it twice.
Yeah.
And then Zach actually jumped the ramps and everything and showed us what it could do.
Yeah.
And then Matt Payne sold it. He was scared.
Yeah. That was back in the Shoot Dang TV days.
I want to do that so bad. Maybe that's what we should talk about.
Shoot Dang TV?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean... yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you didn't get to grow up with stuff like that. Motors.
No. My dad was very terrified of us getting hurt with anything.
Yeah. Trampolines were illegal in Oklahoma.
I was told that we couldn't have a trampoline because it was illegal to have. And I truly believed it.
I mean, that's a pretty good lie.
That's a good one.
I mean...
Honestly.
What a piece of crap for saying that.
But no, I mean...
No, I get it.
Yeah.
But a genius thing. You're not going to know if it's illegal or not.
Yeah. But weirdly enough, because, I mean, obviously you've met my dad. And,
it makes total sense.
But no, the whole Young Worth side of the family and stuff, it's very much football.
Oh,
everything like that. But my dad was just terrified about us getting hurt. Even with, I guess when my brother was born, he was he's not playing football. He's learning to play the piano.
I mean, you would think football and stuff like that he'd want to.
Oh, no, he wanted nothing. He, something switched in his brain and was just my kids are going to get hurt. I can't do it. He even got insurance on us, life insurance on us as little babies.
I invested too much in these little shits. I need to make some money.
That's a whole podcast if... he could have on about how much he invested in us.
Yeah, that was wasted. My dad was very strict on, you will not get a dirt bike. Mm-hmm. We wanted dirt bikes bad. I mean, bad.
Yeah.
We wanted go-karts, couldn't get them. We wanted four-wheelers, couldn't get them. And then I got real big into, BMX and skateboarding, and I wanted to do, motocross and stuff so bad. And my dad wouldn't because he had a motorcycle. He was a cop,
too, and so saw.
I mean, you
stuff.
see all the young kids literally dying because of doing it. And I wanted a dirt bike, and he just always said, like, no. When I was younger, I had a motorcycle, and I crashed, and all this stuff. So he just was like, no, no, no. And I mean, I think about that. Like, if we have kids, we've talked about, the episode with kids and stuff. But it's like, would I allow our child to have like a 4-wheeler and a dirt bike and stuff? And I'm like, I think I would.
I've thought about this stuff too. It's easy to say now. I would say yes. But at the same rate, in that position, I feel like I would be helicopter watching him all the time because of my job. Again,
yes, but you gotta also think
like pediatric ICU.
I know, but you have to, like, if you really break it down, those kids that are coming in probably were the type of kid that like just jumped on a 4-wheeler and then didn't know how to use it. So
no, a lot of times, again, pediatric ICU, and a good chunk of what I take care of are like 4-wheeler accidents.
No, that's what I'm saying though.
But they're like brain injuries where I'm not gonna talk about my job because that's a downer. But they a lot of them, I mean, they're older, been riding their whole lives and everything. It's just those things that happen.
I get that.
So it's not even just like amateur or like they get hit by somebody else or
but that's
things
part
like that.
Of the game though. Yeah. That's like, that's the thing is like,
it's just, again, it's just one of those things where it's like my job, that's what I see all the time. It has nothing to do with if you're amateur or not. Even like you and I doing it, I mean, there's just still a big chance of us getting
we're
hurt.
amateurs. We started late. But I feel like if we have kids again, it could always change. I don't know. But I do feel like it would be okay. You're going to learn, but you're going to learn correctly. You're going to learn that you always wear a helmet.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, so always wear a helmet. Like, if it's a kid, we're going to get full chest piece, like everything. Like, I don't care how, because point proven right here. I don't care how stupid you think you look, you need them, and they're going to hate it, right? No, but point proven is, so we built a half pipe in high school, 7 feet tall, 16 feet wide, 30-something feet long, big half pipe for a backyard, like pretty big. So my parents were like, if you're going to do this on your bike, you have to have a full-face helmet. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm going to look like a wuss, whatever.
Yeah, so, it's always about the look.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
When you're young.
Well, even still to this day. Like,
I'll wear a helmet all day now.
No, I'll get to that, but keep telling the story.
So pretty much, my parents bought me a full-face helmet and everything, and we, if we wanted the half pipe, that was my first big project to ever build. My dad helped me and stuff, but we had to work for it, the money and all that, and get the helmet, and I dropped in for the first time from the top, and my pegs on the bike caught, and I flipped over straight to the bottom, right on my head. Of course, I'm out there by myself, which was stupid. I'm out there, and I just go, and I bounce off, and I'm just like, thank God I had this helmet.
How old were you?
I was in high school.
Oh.
Yeah.
So even with me, even then, I probably wouldn't have even thought about, thank God I have this helmet on.
Oh, but, my head was rocked.
Yeah.
I mean, hard.
So yeah, speaking of, I grew up skiing, and literally every year went skiing, and it's a huge thing. But I don't know when the transition happened. Used to be nobody ever wore helmets skiing. And then it was almost where it wasn't that long ago. It was like everybody wears helmets. Yeah. Like, you are ridiculous if you don't wear a helmet. And I remember that, because again, I would always go with my dad. And whenever everybody started wearing helmets, my dad's like, "You're wearing a helmet." I'm like,
heck no. I got this hair be flowing.
Yeah, I got to be, like, it's blowing in the wind. I'm flying down this mountain. It's got to be going.
Thank God there was helmets, because it made it where, like, dudes weren't just checking out the whole time. I probably wouldn't be here right now with her if it was for that.
But I remember just, like, hating on wearing a helmet. And I honestly, still to this day, I'm like, I hate wearing it. Because it just,
but
I got my whole get up and, like, I'm looking cool, but I got this stinking thing on. But
when you're flying down.
Yeah. I mean, that's like my favorite. You just get going in the wind, catching your jacket, and you're literally flying down a mountain. But not too long ago, I think it was a couple years ago, and I was complaining about wearing a helmet even then. I don't know if anybody's been skiing, but it's got the light where everything looks flat. Just so you can't tell.
The sunlight.
Yeah, against the snow. And so you can't tell if there's a drop off or anything like that. So I had flat light and I was just flying and I didn't see where it was like almost a jump. And I just hit that thing and I flew, flipped backwards and I ended up landing right on my head. And then I chipped a little bit of my tooth.
That's what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
That Dumb and Dumber over there.
So that was my story, was like, honestly, thank goodness I had a helmet. I think I might have been a little concussed too because I fell off a ski lift shortly after that because I kept skiing.
Or alcohol, either one. But I've never been skiing or anything. Clearly we grew up in Texas, never saw snow. We went on vacation, and it was a vacation that I will never forget. I don't remember how old we were, but we were young. But it was just load the van up, pack your bags. We're gonna be gone for like a month or something. And we went to like 15 states or something. We went up to Colorado for the first time. We saw snow for the first. It was that shitty summer snow that's mud, but we were happy.
Oh man, and I couldn't imagine. Like, I can't remember seeing snow for the first time. You know, like.
Well, yeah. You grew up in it. Like, you just knew. But like, we were so Texan. We didn't even have I think we may have had pants, maybe, but we didn't have like we weren't going to wear jackets, and it was warm on the bottom, and we were going to go up to the ski lift and go to the top and just look around, and we have shorts on and no jackets, and we're like, we'll be fun. And next thing we know, we're crying going up the thing. My dad's like, I don't know.
Crying because you were freezing?
Yeah, we were, miserable. And I'm pretty sure we have all home footage of all of this.
See, all of these home videos, this is what Crocker Simply Southern needs to turn into. Like, home videos somehow uploaded. That would be amazing. I would love to see that. Not even
somehow. My dad already started transferring them all to DVD back in the day. So literally, all you gotta do is pop that sucker in the laptop, get a little bit up, and they would go viral.
Oh man, I would love to see it.
I'd be so embarrassed. There's some. I don't know. I'd be embarrassed. I don't care clearly, but I would be embarrassed. I was kind of a wussy as a baby.
Yeah?
As a younger child, I guess.
I don't picture it.
Yeah. My head's about the same size. But, I don't know. Breaking stuff?
Dang, campers falling apart.
Yeah. What's cool is now that we're older, we can buy the things we want. And literally, I had this thought earlier. We went to Jared's, cooked up some stuff, and came back over here. And as we we're pulling up, we have all our dirt bikes, 4-wheelers, and stuff out, and it's more than enough. We have enough toys, and it felt really good. And I know that sounds very spoiled or whatever you want to call it, but we've worked for everything we have. But to have all that, it just this was a thought in my head, was if we had someone come out, there's plenty for people to have fun on that if they've never had a 4-wheeler to be on, well, we have the toy one to get used to it. We have
we'll set the governor way down for Matt Payne.
Yeah. Oh, you want to ride the dirt bike? You get the little 125 ped bike.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that that's we have it to where it's okay, if you've never done it, you can still do it, but safely. And I'm just pumped about that. I think that's cool because what we always wanted, it's kind of a liability, I get it, and all that.
I was about to say, you already know.
But to have that here as an option, and it's stuff that we always wanted, to have that, is such a cool feeling. And then if we do have kids, they're going to grow up into it, and,
Yeah, but that's the thing. We probably think it's
cool now.
Cool because that was always a dream of ours.
And and we've talked about this, and I'm sure you guys be interested in this kind of stuff, but we will never push. Well, we say that now again, but we're not going to try to push stuff on our kids.
Oh, yeah.
It would just be more you want to play sports? Cool. You don't want to play sports? Cool. You want to go work at Hot Topic during high school? Yeah. I don't even know if Hot Topic's a good thing.
I was going to say, I don't even know.
Cool. You want to try to make your own lawn business? Cool. Whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know.
just
Be
supportive of them being themselves. Sorry, I am hitting the table.
I didn't say anything. Yeah. You saw my eyes look at you.
He said,
I see.
I felt it. We're synced up. Yeah, no, just a healthy way to be yourself and expressing yourself. Okay, and just supportive of that, because I feel like that's too, if you start that at a young age, like how much you can grow, because I don't know.
Yeah, I do believe that you have to restrict your kids a little bit from what it is, clearly. But at the same time, you still want to give them the freedom. So here's my question is, growing up, we finally, I think we were in 3rd grade, we got our own rooms. Jared and I were separated. We weren't connected completely anymore. We had our freedom. We got our own rooms. Were you able to customize your room any way you wanted? You could do whatever you want? Or?
So, yes and no. This is going to sound really
you were
privileged.
Spoiled. Yeah, you were a spoiled child. Just go ahead and say it.
So I myself, I couldn't do anything to it, but I could pick out from the Pottery Barn teen magazine.
Yeah.
Like this, and kind of tell what I wanted, and then they would come in and do it, but not necessarily I couldn't.
So you couldn't.
Kind of designed it by things I saw, but if I couldn't go in there and but now I want this poster of Justin Timberlake on my wall. I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
So with us, we ended up getting a whole upstairs built to the house. It was a small house that my dad got from his grandmother or great grandmother, whoever it was. I don't remember in the moment. Sorry. My dad hates me again. But got that, and then they ended up building, a garage and upstairs and all that. And my dad was, and I get it. My parents worked hard for the money they had, and they were not going to have little shits ruin it. And I get it. I 100% get it. But it was, we painted the walls, we put the carpet in, we did this. You do not put a tack in the wall.
What did you do?
You do not put putty. I didn't do anything for a while.
Oh.
And then I became this little punk rock skateboarding kid, and I said, F you, Dad.
You said, you discovered early 2000s pop punk, and it
my life
awakened
was changed.
Yes.
I become awoken.
Yeah, exactly. You said, you know what? I'm going to put that poster on my wall.
Yeah, so I had this, clearly, I'm in high school, early 2000s, and the internet was barely becoming a thing. It was just chat rooms, AOL was a thing.
Oh, AIM.
Yeah, all this stuff. So I couldn't just get online and order something from Amazon, right? So,
what a different time.
Yeah, so I lived out in the country. We were 20 minutes from a Walmart or something. We were an hour from a mall, and I couldn't just go get skateboarding posters. I couldn't get anything. So I would just print images off of the internet.
So what would you type in?
Skateboarding stuff.
Oh.
It would be all skateboarding brands and logos, and I would cut them out, and then I would tape them all over the back of my door, because I knew if they opened the door, it'd just close, and it would be against the wall. They couldn't see it. So I did that, and there's still a few of them on there. And then I started getting bigger ones and printing. My dad would always be like, "Why is the printer running out of ink?" I'm like, I don't know. And
so they didn't know for how long?
I don't know about the back of the door, but then I did them, and I stapled them all to the ceiling.
Oh,
and I started just stapling every pop, 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 and that was I'm surprised I'm still alive. And then so I did that, and then I just started putting stuff on the walls, and I think it was just kind of the same concept that I did whenever I pierced my lip and eyebrow.
I was about to say, so you're speaking of staples. Yeah. Was it a staple?
Sewing needle for my lip, and then I think my eyebrow. And I won't get into the other stuff.
I was like, you did something else.
My ears, I did.
With
I wanted them gauged, with little nails. I wasn't going to get into that because y'all think that's crazy, but I did. So it was the same concept. So my dad was a cop overnight. My mom was, a teacher. She was done for or out for spring break. Her mom wasn't doing well, so she went to Alabama to take care of her. And so I spring break at the house by myself, and I said, I'm watching MTV, watching Jackass. Let's do this. So I went upstairs, pierced my lip, pierced my eyebrow. And when my dad would get home, I would take him out and put fishing string through it so I wouldn't get caught.
Yeah, and so it wouldn't close up.
Yeah, and of course they just thought it was like red pimple marks and stuff or whatever. And my mom got back from spring break and out there in Alabama, and I was just like, I'm not going to hide this anymore. So I went downstairs, and I walked in the living room, and I have a lip ring in, and it was the right side. And I just remember pulling on it, and they were like, oh, whatever, thinking I just like stuck something on there. I was like, no, this is real. And I pull on it, and they see my lip just being like all big, and then they flip shit. Oh my gosh. My parents always told us forever, if you get your ears pierced, we'll fill them with cement, and all this stuff. And so I did it, and I went,
like, at that moment in time, was your heart just, like, racing? Or you're like...
Kind of, but I also, like, I didn't...
Were you more so, like, mindset, like, enough is enough, I'm just going to show them?
No, or it's not that. Like, it was just more...
Like, look, I'm doing this.
Yeah, it's just more of, like, I don't want to hide this, I'm just going to show them, I don't care.
Yeah.
And so, like, I pull on, I remember they were freaking out, and I was just like, look, y'all gotta just think about this. I'm in high school. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I get decent grades. I'm not going out doing anything crazy. I'm everything Danielle wasn't in high school. Just kidding, guys. Maybe. But
Mom is watching it or commenting right now, like,
yeah, all my gray hairs came when she was in junior high and high school.
Yeah, I wasn't the best, but...
Yeah, that's a whole nother 6 episodes.
No, we will not.
I know.
Fortunately for me, my life has not been on the internet. Yeah. So we just bury that down deep. That's fine. Just like, we don't talk about...
We don't even talk about this.
We, family hangouts, we just don't talk about my high school days. It's just kind of one of those things that...
You live and you learn.
You just bury it deep down and... hopefully it just everybody's forgotten about it.
Yeah,
but no.
But so I was just like, whatever. And I was like, I'm a good kid, and for the first time, my parents were like, that makes sense. And I mean, Matt wasn't that good of a child, so they're like, if he's better than Matt, then we're doing okay.
There we go.
I won't get into what Matt did either. Matt can say whatever he wants on his stuff, but I just remember doing that, and then just being like, I don't care. I'm just going to do it. And then that was the same concept from, like, my room. Because I was just like, I at that point, I would say the oddball in the family. I still feel like I am.
Yeah.
But Jared also, we were the exact same age, same friends, same everything. So, of course, he was kind of in that realm. Like, I skateboarded, did BMX, he did rollerblading. Is it easier for him with his leg and stuff? And
rollerblading was easier for him?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was connected to him. Yeah. But you're being serious.
Yeah.
I thought you were joking.
No, I'm like, I would feel like...
No, it's easier because, like, with the skateboard, you have to use both feet to, like, pop the board up, and it'd be hard for him to do. And then bike, he would do stuff on bikes. Be more so bike. But he always had, like, a mountain bike. He never did, like...
The trick.
Too much of the trick stuff or anything like that. But, he would skate, like roller skate, like inline or whatever, and do that. And, I just got to the point where it's just like, I just want to be me. And, I don't know, that was like my first, like, awakening, I guess, of like who I was.
Which is, I feel like that's awesome to have that younger, because, again, like, for me, it was kind of shunned upon, like, showing yourself almost. It was you are like this way, you got to be this and that, and you can't even think about being anything different. So
your life was kind of pre-planned.
1000%.
Yeah.
So you kind of go through that shock too. I was not the best in high school, but part of it could be is what, like, don't know who I am. I can't necessarily figure it out. I can't talk it out. And then, I don't know, kind of struggle with that. Then go into your 20s and you're like, a little bit of freedom. I can, like, be myself. And that's another thing. Then you make even worse decisions.
Yeah. That's Barley barking in the back, if y'all can hear that.
Yeah. You kind of get yourself in, like, situations that aren't the best. But, yeah, so that is, like, one reason why, background to like having kids would try to be like, definitely express yourself. Again, in a healthy way is like key.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. Again, it's hard to say what we would do with our kids and all that stuff.
I mean, we're just two people talking about what we would do with kids whenever we don't have any, so we have no idea.
But, I mean, it's good that we actually have these conversations beforehand so we just know, and it's like, that's something that's weird. I guess we could probably end it on this. We're getting close to 30 minutes, but I think something that, like, made me just realize, like, I want kids, like, something like that is the fact that we did agree on a lot of things. It wasn't so much like, well, if you do this with our kid, then this, or if you, like, we're very much on, you discipline your child in the right way, and everyone has a different way, so we just think the way we think together is the right way if we were to have kids, and then, just everything, like, I would love for our kid to be able to express themselves, and I like all this stuff. Like, we talk all the time about stuff, and I think that's one of the reasons why I was like, it wouldn't be a battle.
It wouldn't be like bad.
No, I meant more so like it wouldn't be a battle trying to raise your kid against someone else that doesn't have the same mindset.
Yeah,
like again,
this is all stuff that we have no idea about, but hypothetically,
we would be badass freaking parents.
Especially, I feel like you would be a kick-ass dad.
I mean, I truly think that, like, and
yeah, you know what? You're right. I truly
no, I think so because, like, but I think it needs to be like one and done. But unless it ends up being twins, then whatever. But I don't know. Like, I do, like, clearly never wanted kids or whatever, but I've always, like, I don't know, there's, like, this inner child in me that, like, I remember, like, in high school, we were, I forgot what they call it, you'd go help, like, younger students.
Like the Big Brother program?
Yeah, kind of, but, like, in school. I forgot what they called it, like, I don't know what they called it, but,
were you a mentor?
Yeah. We would go to pre-K, and we would help, do stuff or whatever, and then, for basketball, our coach, he was real big in, like, doing stuff at the school and all that. Shout out to Coach Artie.
Wait, was that the one, though, that...
They named the football field after him?
I thought... Weren't you mad at a basketball coach?
That's a whole different thing. That was Coach Artie, but... I was never mad at him. It was
He quit mid-game.
I did. I was standing up. This is...
Stand up for what's right.
Okay, whatever we're talking about, throw that out the window.
This is something new.
This needs to be said because I think this will make a lot of people realize, like, why I am the way I am.
This very moment.
Yes, because you guys know that I will stand up and I'll say whatever, like in a video, and I know it rubs a lot of people the wrong way, and I just want to speak the truth, and I want to just stand up for what I believe in, even if I'm the only one. And this has been something I learned it from my dad.
Baby.
My dad was... I'm not going to get into this too much because it got wild back in the day. But my dad was a cop, and he would see a lot of bad stuff. And my dad would stand up for what was right, even if it was him by himself. And that was something that was, like... Instilled in me, and it really was. And so in high school, we were playing basketball, and it was my senior year, and the year before that, my junior year, I played in junior high, and then I didn't play in high school as far as basketball goes. And I was like, man, I just want to have fun. So I got on my junior year, I got on JV because I said I did not want to be on varsity and just had fun. So then senior year, they made us get on varsity. And so, and again, this is a school you don't try out. You're just like on the team.
Yeah, because there's like 12 people total.
In the whole school. Yeah. But so pretty much... my senior year, I was on the B team. They already had the A team pick from the year before and all that. And so, like, the B team, we were losing, put the B team in, and we brought the game back. And we were actually, like, winning at that point. So, common sense would be like, okay, the B team's whooping ass.
B team is now the A team.
At least for this game. And so we went to the locker room. Coach was like, all right, when we go back, we're going to be putting, A team back in. And I was like, whoa, no. And, like, we fought hard to get back, and I was like, Coach, that's not, like, what do you mean? Like, we earned this to get where we wanted to be. Like, if that's not showing you the B team could do this, then what will?
It's not showing you that B team is A team. Okay, coach?
That's right.
Coach.
Yeah.
Listen.
B to A, not A to B.
Yeah.
And so I was like, no. And he's like, well, it just, that's the way it's going to be. Because, coaches already had their favorites and all that.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is some BS. And I talked to the people on the B team before we went in the locker room. And I said, I was like, he's going to put them back in. They're like, if they do, I'm going to quit. But, they didn't want to say anything. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to stand up right now in the locker room with the coach and the whole team and everything. Jared was our quote unquote manager, whatever you want to call it. He went to all the games with us and whatever. He just didn't want to play basketball, but he wanted to get out of school with us.
Did he ththrow in I just picture Jared in the corner as a manager. He's got a basketball.
He did have a clipboard, I think.
Oh, he's got a clipboard.
I think
okay. So, he's holding the clipboard and you're giving your speech.
Yeah.
No. Does he throw it down?
Well, I'm getting to that. Okay, so I stand up and I'm like, Coach, if you're not putting the B team in, then I quit. And he's like, what? And I was like, I'm telling you right now, that's not cool. We earned this. They weren't pulling off. We showed who we were. And if you're not going to do the right thing, then I quit. And our parents taught us you never quit. If you start it, you finish it. No excuses. I don't care if you hate it. So this is a big deal, right? I'm going to get in trouble for this, but I'm willing to stand up for my friends.
Yeah, there's consequences.
Yeah, but I'm
you know what's right.
Yeah, I know what's right, and I'm going to stand up for my friends. And so I was just like, all right, so I stand up and all that. Well, then I'm like, little shits, no one's standing up. And then one of my friends is like, I quit too. And then the other one was like, I quit, and the whole team. And then Jared, the manager. Okay, so then the other guys on the team that were the A team, they were pissed. You're all going to quit. We're not even going to have enough people to play, this and that. And we were like, that's y'all's problem. You're mad at us or whatever.
You're on the A team.
And so then Jared's like, you know what? I quit too. He's the manager.
Did he throw it down?
Who knows? Probably. But I remember him.
I would like to think he did.
Yeah, I would say back then he probably did, just for
dramatic.
Yeah.
Honestly, this sounds like a movie. It's
the opposite of Pistol Pete or something.
You have the lead character in there, the anti-hero or whatever, standing up this ain't right.
Yeah.
And then looking around at all of his friends, and then slowly, one by one, yeah.
I'm telling you,
me too.
You would think I lied about this.
And then music slowly builds up in the background.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is real.
That's a real story.
Yeah, this is real. And I stood up and I said no.
And I said no. No, coach. No.
Do the right thing.
I said, Coach.
Yeah. Do the right thing. But he didn't. And so I quit. And then so literally coming out of the locker room at halftime, half the team is going on back on the court. Half the team's walking out. My mom's
I was about to say, your eye contact with your parents. What is it?
And it was like, what? I don't remember if my dad was there or not. I mean, they both went to games all the time, but I just can't remember if he was there for that one or not. And I just remember being like, I quit. And of course, the first reaction is just not happy. And
just
I'm like,
we got to get out of public right now.
Yeah, and so I told them the whole thing, and they were just like, you know what? You stood up for what you thought was right, and I was standing up because all my friends didn't want to stand up, and so I was like, someone had to be the first one, and so I was like, all right, and so I did all that or whatever, and I don't know that it just from that day on, I felt like there
empowered.
I felt like, okay, if I can stand up for whatever, and I mean when you're standing up to a coach that you've known your entire life.
That the football field is named after.
Yes. He was Santa Claus. He was even our Santa Claus.
Oh, my gosh. So, wow, even worse in a small town. It's not just a coach.
No, he was everything.
Oh.
He was my Spanish teacher. He was my coach. He was Santa Claus.
Baby, you should have started. You should have started with the Santa Claus thing, because that really adds about 10 pounds more weight to this story. That's a crucial concept.
I mean, sometimes you just got to bring it out. But
okay.
I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. That just instilled me at an early age of just stand up for what's right and stuff. And of course, you could get on YouTube, and now it's just this whole. You guys understand my my life, how it's been, and I truly feel there's certain things that I'll stand up. I'm like, no, I'm not going to get into all that in this episode, but I was just I'm going to stand up for what's right and say it. And circling back around to Matt Payne. He may be a short little piece of shit, but that boy is a homie, and he is a real one, and he has had my back. And literally, I mean, we've had conversations just, I mean, talking about, you know, just kind of getting to know each other, who we are, stuff like that. Because, I mean, we actually met through Enemy. That's a whole story in itself. I think we're going to have to get him on the episode at some point and really tell all. 100%. If he tells all, oh my gosh, the internet will blow up.
Especially, too, because I feel like people don't know this, that whenever we first got together, he was kind of jealous.
Yeah, kind of, that little.
So that's Shoot Dang TV.
Shoot Dang TV did fall off a little bit at that point.
Nobody would hit you up to do it.
Yeah,
because you were
I was hanging out with Danielle a little much.
Yeah.
I think that's a whole nother episode.
I would say that's a whole thing.
We won't get into that.
So there's so much he can come on and just tell the truth about.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys would be blown away if Matt Payne came on and we just like told all. It would make a lot of sense for a lot of things that I did in the past. Yeah, it would. It would open people's eyes.
Well, you've never had anybody like tell your side of the story or from a third party member.
It's just me trying to explain, and everyone's like, "Well, yeah, you're a piece of crap."
Yeah, that's it. Like it's just you explaining, but there hasn't been nobody else will put it out there.
Yeah, no. This would be an exclusive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty good for this episode. I mean, we're almost 40 minutes in. I'm hoping it's still even recording at this point. If not, you are watching black screen and just audio. But
honestly, that's why we have to have a screen on top.
Yeah, monitors. But yeah, we'll end up trying to really dial everything in. We tried not to put the monitor on top because we kept looking up.
Yeah, if you've noticed, if you're thinking we're like looking up at the ceiling, it's because the monitor was on top of the camera.
Yeah, a screen, if you guys don't understand monitor. But just a screen on top. And we tried not to do it this time. So
we're making eye contact right now.
So now we can't tell if it's actually recording or not because there's no screen showing us. But we made it almost 40 minutes on this. Wow. I truly can understand how Joe Rogan goes hours. Oh, yeah. Like, I get it.
Especially
now.
Like our brains, too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
We start down one thing and we'll end up 5. Yeah. I don't know.
As you can't tell from these episodes.
Yeah. But I wonder why your camera doesn't record more than...
It's I know this one might actually still be recording. I hope it is. But the model before the file and everything, it would start getting the camera too hot and it'd overheat. Oh, yeah. So they made a limit.
Because it was this same camera, though, because we were doing a podcast and I remember it cutting off.
But that could have been, I have different batteries, and it could have been, the GoPro, one battery will heat up more.
That's true. It could have been a battery situation.
Yeah, you just never know. But yeah, if you made it this far, and this is our longest episode ever so far to date, and I'm not the proudest. It was about Matt Payne. What a waste of time. Yeah.
It didn't come up short like him, though. So.
Ooh,
you like that one?
That wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad?
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
I am comedy gold. You think you... This is a thing. Jason
we're going to have Okay. No.
Linda.
Are you about to open a whole new camp? Baby, we on 40 minutes.
We on 40 hours here. 48 hours is what we're going to try to do because that's one of my favorite.
Yeah, my camera's not going to do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk your trash and get off.
All I'm saying is Jason thinks he's very funny.
I am. There's 300,000 people that subscribe because I'm funny.
I don't think they subscribe because it's funny because they subscribe because it's tiny house. Hashtag tiny house. Hashtag off grid. Hashtag cabin build. Hashtag tractor.
Baby. That's funny, and Matt Payne knows that's funny.
See, I am funny.
Well,
I don't feel you give me enough credit.
I mean, I'll give you that one.
Okay.
But, we truly appreciate y'all watching this. This is just something fun. We know, we'll end this on this. Or actually, this could even be we'll make this a whole nother podcast episode. We have the channel, The Crockers, and that's about to hit 300,000 subs, which is just mind-blowing. We'll talk about that on the next episode or something. But the podcast has less than 3,000 subs, and we have been watching the numbers jump by like 5s and 10s, and we are extremely excited. I said, it's so funny to know we have a channel that's built up to 300,000.
That's like close to it. We're not watching that 300,000.
But we're watching the brand new channel, and it's such an exciting moment. And I'm way more excited to do this than any other channel we have. And I think that's our whole next podcast. At least we'll hit on that. But if you guys would like to know more about that, we'll be posting the next video or whatever. We'll do it right after this, so we're still fresh on it.
Also, two things before we go.
Okay.
One thing is, I think it should be a game, since this is at night time and it's talked about cocktails with the Crockers. Anyway, if you're having a drink every time we say this is another podcast, or we can talk about
another podcast episode.
Literally, or keep a tally for movies.
Yeah, it'll be a lot.
At the end
that's how our brains work, though.
Yes,
mine at least for sure.
So at the end of each episode, at least keep a tally or something. That would be funny to know.
My brain, like, okay, we'll start talking on another.
We'll talk about this on the next podcast.
We can keep going.
Also, second thing though, Jared is almost to 100,000 subscribers. He is almost to the plaque.
Oh, I mean, he's at 80.
80,000.
But
that's creeping up.
The channel grows faster and faster the bigger it gets. So all he needs is one viral video, and he'll be there in a week.
So, I mean,
that's pretty crazy.
I mean, I am
impressed.
We want him to get that play button so bad and just get there.
I mean,
that's a big deal.
Mom and Dad, we dropped out of college and we disappointed y'all in everything we've ever done in our entire lives.
But they're going to get that plaque.
You will have 2 children with play buttons.
That's right.
YouTube's cool shit now.
I mean, that's everything. So,
it is, so
Jared's getting close.
We'll leave it on that.
Yeah. We're excited.
To all 3,472 people that are subscribed to this channel, go check out Jared Crocker.
It's gonna push him over.
It is. Let's get him there. All right, guys. We'll check on the next one. We're gonna get personal about all this other stuff we were just talking about on the next episode.
Wow. Okay.
Leave them on the deep end, baby.
That's right.
All right. We're not good with goodbyes, so goodbye.